You've learned how to do orbitals with Poi. Now what comes next? Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of Poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And today, I'm rounding up a whole bunch of tricks that all involve knowing how to do orbitals. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow DNA, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterra Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. And a special thanks to the first non-business friend of the channel, Johnny Howard. Thanks so much for your support, Johnny. So, you know that thing that happens when you learn a brand new Poi trick and it took so much work to get there, and you're so excited that you've gotten there, but then you think about the amount of work it's going to take to learn the next trick and you just kind of get stuck in there thinking, isn't there anything I can do with what I've already learned? And that's the purpose of this series. I want you to get more out of the work that you've already done before you jump in to work on another trick. It's not quite a tutorial, it's not quite a combo, it's what comes next. This video is by request from Andre Zafran, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Andre really wants me to cover orbitals. Yay! So I'm definitely part of that generation of Poi spinners where the people that came into the scene were as likely to have come there from the fire spinning world as they were from the glow stringing world, and orbitals were something that were done with reasonable frequency. They've kind of fallen out of favor in the past few years, and I think that's in no small part due to the fact that when people learn them, I don't think they know what they can do next with them. So let's see if I can help solve that problem today. And in case you're curious, yes, absolutely every trick on this list is going to mean that you're going to want to have swivels close to your handles on your Poi. Them's just the breaks. We're going to start this off with a move that is definitely centered in the fire spinning world, and I hope you will indulge me on this. Many, many years ago, I remember seeing a performance video featuring Yuta Imamura where he finished off his set with, well, I mean, look. Isn't that freaking awesome? Blowing out your Poi to end the set? So I thought that this was the single coolest way to end a set I'd ever seen, and I tried many, many ways to try and get the trick down myself. And like many people, I was starting from a place where I had my orbitals turning forwards. Guess what? When you blow across the top here, which is the part of it that is closest to your mouth, nothing happens. Why? Because you're blowing with the direction of the Poi movement. Now, if you come into it from reverse, all of a sudden, the Poi across the top are coming at you, and you're able to put them out by blowing across them. That's the whole key to this. Make sure you're entering from reverse in order to blow out across the top. Otherwise, you're gonna have to blow across the bottom. So, of course, I wound up doing this to death back in the day. And you know what? I have no regrets. It was a really great way to finish off all of my sets, and it's a great way to kind of signal to the audience that you've come to the conclusion of what you're doing, and the show's done. Personally, I still think that this is the coolest way to end a Poi set that I've ever seen. Okay, so now let's talk about some orbital-based tricks that don't require fire in order to look cool. And the biggest one I can think of in my head is honestly being able to stall out and switch the direction of your orbital. Let me show you. I can't remember who it was that first showed me this, but I'm fairly certain that this is common practice in the glow stringing community. The idea is that as the Poi are spinning around in that orbital, you bring your hands together and it kills the momentum of the Poi. You can catch them in your hands and then switch the direction that they're spinning in. If you get really good at this, you can honestly just go straight back and forth, forward, reverse, as long as you want. There's definitely some technique and practice involved in making this work. It's not just as simple as if you can do an orbital, you can do this, but it's close enough that I figure y'all don't mind doing a little bit of extra work to get there. Even better, you can actually use this to plane break too. You can go from vertical planes with the Poi to horizontal planes. I love me a good horizontal orbital, don't you? Okay, so before I share with you my last pick for what comes next after you learn Poi orbitals, I do have to ask a favor. If you've come this far, it probably means that you enjoy Poi tricks and learning about flow arts, and if that's the case, I make videos about that on the regular, and I would really appreciate it if you would give my channel a subscribe. That way you know when I drop a new video, and it helps the channel grow. Very much appreciated. Also, do you have a suggestion for a Poi trick you'd like to see me cover in the What Comes Next series? Leave me a comment and let me know. Most of the topics for these videos come from suggestions from viewers like you. All right, and now my number one pick for what comes next after you learn Poi Orbitals. It's going from orbitals to a 2.1 hand grip that is switching from orbitals to meteors. Yes, I am totally serious about this. So I don't remember who it was that first showed me this, but I do remember the feeling of first seeing it, and that was absolute sorcery. The moment I saw somebody do it, it suddenly clicked into my brain what made it work, and wow, what an elegant way to get into 2.1 hand. See, here's the thing. As the poi are spinning around in an orbital, they're pulling outward from the center. The only thing that keeps them from going further out is the tension that they have from your hands holding each tether. If you release the tension in one hand, what'll happen is the force that's coming through each of the poi heads will continue outward, and it will pull both of the handles together. If your timing is good and your hands are really, really good at this, you can catch both of them and switch into a meteor grip. Awesome! So those were my picks for what comes next after you learn Poi Orbitals. Did I feature your favorite trick here? Leave me a comment and let me know. This particular set of poi that I was using for this video are Helix Poi. I think these are the Helix Poi Pros that are made by Ultrapoi. These actually I don't think are out to the general public yet. This is a set that I've been sent to review, and that review will be out soon. But in the meantime, if you are interested in picking up sets like this, you can do so by using the code DREXFACTOR with a 0 instead of an O at checkout over at ultrapoi.com. That'll get you a discount on a set of these, and it helps out the channel, so everybody wins. And hey, a quick thank you, because this video would not have been possible without the kind support of all of these amazing people right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the people listed down in the description, help to make this video and all the videos on this channel possible. Do you like poi content? Do you like flow sessions? Do you like tutorials? Do you like vlogs? Do you like what comes next? Well, I'm trying to bring poi spinning to the wider world and help people connect with their brains and their bodies through flow. So help me do it. Head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up. There you can get early access to all of my content, as well as a say in what topics I tackle in the future, and some great extras and behind the scenes content as well. So go check that out. Please and thank you. What are your favorite orbital-based tricks? Did you come from the glow stringing world into poi too? Let me know down in the comments. And in the meantime, I'm going to include a link to the entire playlist of What Comes Next videos down in the description, as well as up on screen if you happen to be watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get out and flow this weekend, and I'll see you with a new video on Monday. Peace.